Our next guest, widely known here, of course, as The Mentalist, has been involved in various other movie projects, now solving crimes in a new film, filmed in his native Australia. We welcome Simon Baker. Simon, you lived here for how long?
I was here from 1996, so 20 odd years.
Mm-hmm. And then you moved back to Australia when?
Moved back to Australia after that show finished, 2016. Yeah, and I've been working there for a while.
Do you miss us?
Oh, mate, I miss you. But, you know, we actually get a lot of American information and content in Australia. So it's the first time I've been back here for 6 years, and it's nice to be back here. It's also wonderful to be able to bring an Australian story onto American soil and to have, you know, I think the entertainment industry these days, there's a lot of great windows into different parts of the world through entertainment. And it's really good to be back here with a story that is close to my heart and important to me.
We're going to talk about that movie in just a moment. But you said something to me backstage that the world has gotten smaller.
Yeah.
And I think that's true. Why do you think that's true?
Well, look at the technology that we exist with, you know, just on this table. There's so many different ways of being connected to other people. So we can communicate through different technology, but I still think there's nothing more potent and more powerful than connecting directly with people. So that's why I'm here, and I'm not sending a Zooming from Australia.
We appreciate.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, before we bring up Limbo, which has many really good qualities to it, quick Mentalist question. They reboot everything. You hear this. They have an NCIS now set in Sydney. They're doing all these shows. If somebody said, hey, we had a fabulous, long, 151 episodes, you smile, would it be of interest?
No.
No.
Wow.
At any figure would not be of interest.
No, look, I'm just the kind of guy that looks forward.
Okay.
You know?
It's interesting because so many people come on and I would say 99% of them say, yes,
yes,
I'd be
I can't wait. I'd love to go back.
Yeah.
All right.
I always like to know I want to see what's around the corner ahead of me.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know? I think that's exciting. That's the adventure of life for me. So I don't want to necessarily go back and revisit. I have the memories. It's on television. You can't avoid it. You know, it pops up here and there. You see it on aeroplanes every now and then, but I like to go forward.
Well, speaking of going forward, the movie is called Limbo, described as outback noir. Talk to us about the area in which it was filmed.
We shot it in a opal mining town called Cooper Pedy, which it's about 5-6 hours north of Adelaide, and Adelaide is down the bottom of Australia. It's a ravaged landscape that is pockmarked with sort of research holes where they would just dig down to see if they strike opal. And opal has no purpose other than it's a shiny object. It's an ornate stone, right? Basically fossilized thing. So it's the film's shot in a monochromatic way. So the sky is darker than the land because it's gypsum, the soil. So it's sort of basically drywall. What drywall is made of is gypsum. So yeah, it's a great place. It's actually the second time I've shot a film there. I shot a film there 20 odd years beforehand, a movie called Red Planet with Val Kilmer.
Sure, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Back then I stayed in the same hotel.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Obviously, you've traveled all this way because you have a strong feeling about the film.
Yeah.
Why do you like it so much?
Look, I think it speaks to a lot of injustices between cultures. Our Indigenous culture in Australia, is often neglected in the justice system through, the way we deal with it, with remote communities and the disappearances of Indigenous women and children specifically.
To that end, let's look at a clip. Watch this.
I don't know, it's about a missing girl case from 20 odd years ago. Name was Charlotte Hayes. I don't know if you remember anything.
Yeah, I remember. They cleared him of that business a long time ago.
Yeah, I know. I've just been sent out here to take another look at it.
Well, you're welcome to have a look around, seeing as you come all the way out here.
That out here is a character, for sure.
Yeah. The director of the film, Ivan Sen, is a First Nations director. He's made a few films in Australia, and he works very independently. He writes, directs, shoots, cuts, does the sound. It's a one-man show. I mean, we had a crew of about 15 people maximum on that film, but he always writes a film based on a location, so he spends a lot of time, and his connection to country and place is a very important aspect of the film. And he writes in a way where they're like a parlor piece. They're a small piece. Like I don't know if you're familiar with the Bud Boetticher westerns back in the day, that were basically a lot of Elmore Leonard novellas, these small parlor pieces, and they, there was only a number of characters, and the location was a big part of the character. Right. So all real locations. Most of the dressing in the film is actually what's there. We use a couple of wonderful kids from the local community within the film, Indigenous actors that were first time on a set. And so it's a nice way to make a film. It's a very passive impact on the community and the environment.
Intimate way to make a film with a real punch. You can meet Simon. There's going to be a Q&A after the 7 p.m. screening at the Monica Film Center this Friday. More information to get tickets. It's a Laemmle Theater. Q&A Limbo, the Limbo Q&A, I should say, will be this Friday, of course. Limbo in theaters. You can learn more about it at laemmle.com. Simon, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.